Yo, today we finna be reacting to this rapper was accused of murdering her friend, and then she laughed about it. Sounds crazy, but let's get into it.
Alright, so recently there's been this viral interview going around of this female rapper by the name of Bonnie Drip out of
Never heard of her.
Indianapolis. And she was being interviewed by a rap blogger by the name of 16 Shot 'em. He basically runs and owns a blog page where he has a sit-down interview style format where he interviews rappers, singers, hip-hop artists, and all that, kind of like Vlad TV does. But recently on 16 Shot 'em's TikTok page, he uploaded a very specific clip out of this interview, which now has 3.8 million views of him questioning Bonnie's past and the supposed street activity she's partook in. And
But why haven't I seen this yet?
shit is she did that shit.
I feel like it's something you're not giving us, right? Because it's like, as you talking and shit, like, everything positive, you saying, like, nothing going on. I asked you, like, what type of shit you was into growing up. You like, solo weed, this and that. But then, it's like you get snatched up for all these fucking murders. So it's like, what type of life were you living, you know, before you went
That's
to
a catch-22. That's your hypothesis. You just gave me your theory based off what everybody else say about me,
What?
and I'm telling you who I am.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, she did that shit, man. Whatever the hell this woman is being accused of currently right now in law, she did that shit. I mean, just look into
Most likely.
her eyes.
Most likely.
Hell no, bro. I'm watching this shit, trying to formulate my thoughts, and I can't even focus, man. I feel like she's looking at him, but I feel like she's low-key looking at me.
Oh, hell no.
The interviewer just said, I don't know if you guys were listening or not, but 16 Shot 'em said,
nothing going on. I asked you, like, what type of shit you was into growing up. You like, solo weed, this and that. But then, it's like you get snatched up for all these fucking murders.
She's getting snatched up for all these effing murders.
and what murders, you may be wondering? Well, according to Fox News, a dancer by the name of Angie Barlo disappeared in 2016, and her body was discovered in 2017. And according to some sources I've
That's
seen,
low-key
this
creepy.
rapper right here with the dead eyes, being interviewed by 16 Shot 'em, also known as Raven Miller, which is her real name, has something to do with the murder of this woman named Angie. In fact, this whole case is so big that there's an actual dedicated documentary to Angie Barlo's case on True Crime Daily, the YouTube channel. And of course, since I don't know much about this
crazy.
case, I do believe, for further context, it would be important to note that this all went down around the Halloween season, the 26th of October to be specific, a Wednesday. According to chillingcrimes.com, 23-year-old Angie Barlo had plans for that night. She was due to a dance at a party at the 7,000 block of Harcourt at the Landmark Apartments and Towns in Indianapolis, where we also know Bonnie Drip was currently in proximity of as well. Apparently,
okay.
Angie worked as a dancer at a local bar in the area and occasionally did private dances, but this one was different. She had received a request via text message from an unknown number that read, "Hi, do you do private parties?" Angie
Nope.
believed the text message was from a woman, but the woman never provided her name. The only information Angie received was that the dance was an anniversary surprise for the woman's husband, and that the request was for her to wear matching panties and bra in either black or red, and the address and code for the gate of the apartment.
Why does it matter what
complex. She
underwear
also
I'm wearing,
provided further
man?
context saying, after spending a lot of money having great fun on vacation in Miami, Angie needed the cash, and that is why she agreed to do it. Angie lived with her friend Mona and needed a little extra to cover the rent. Angie wasn't someone who was afraid to do things alone. She was fiercely independent and took each and every opportunity as and when it arose. Just
Ain't gonna be
before
me.
she left for the private
I
party
need some
that
women.
night, though, she sent Mona a text message that read, "Doing a private party at this address just in case I go missing. LOL." But just for safety and precaution, as according to this article, she included a screenshot of the address where the party was. Angie then drove to the party and put up a Snapchat at 11:45 p.m. that night. She appeared to be at the party and seemed happy. She was smiling. But then, the next day, nobody could reach Angie. Her friends and family members tried to contact her by text and calling, but there was no answer. Christina Kramer, Angie's mother, went to Angie's apartment, but it was clear that she hadn't spent the night there, and her dog, her beloved little Yorkie Pablo, was left with no food or water, which wasn't like Angie at all. That caused a real concern, and Angie was then reported missing. Now, we
That's
all
low-key
remember her
creepy,
friend
man.
Mona, who she initially sent the text messages
actually
to
creepy.
prior to leaving for this event. Well, according to this article, Mona went to the apartment where Angie told her she was dancing at the night before. And when she arrived, she tried the code for the gate to access the apartment complex that Angie had provided to her via the screenshot, but it didn't work. Mona, now even more anxious and frantic, decided to climb over the gate and went to the apartment. But guess what? When she got there, there was nobody there. I mean, holy fuck. Imagine
is
you
actually
being in this
creepy.
situation. Your friend has disappeared. You don't know where she is. The code she sent you doesn't work. She's not answering her phone. You actually hop over a gate to this apartment complex, pull up to the door of the apartment.
I'm sorry. Any friend of mine, if that happens to you, I'm not climbing over a gate. I'm sorry. I'm not climbing over a gate for you. Not in a creepy situation, you know, a creepy situation like this. Like, if I don't see you home by 24 hours, I'll call the cops or something. I'm not going out to explore because you sent me text. I'll let the cops do that. I'm
She
good
was
on
supposed
that.
to be in, and nobody's there at all after banging repeatedly. Yeah, at that point, you know her life is in mortal danger. But the article goes on to say that police requested the surveillance footage from the apartment complex and received a copy of it at 3:29 a.m. the morning of the 27th of October, the day after Angie left. The surveillance footage showed Angie's car, a blue Pontiac G6, leaving the apartment complex. A second car, a black car, is also seen driving out of the complex directly behind Angie's car. And immediately I know that just because we saw Angie's car leaving the complex doesn't mean she was the one actually driving it. And the black car behind her, that could have been somebody obviously linked to this case, somebody who robbed, raped, murdered her, or someone who did something very heinous to her. And I have to reiterate that this person
Dude, what is with the creepy sound? Like, this is actually creepy. If I was watching this at nighttime, I probably would have turned the video off by now. But it does not help that he's putting in whatever slow audio this is to make it even more creepy.
Bonnie Drip is accused and believed to have something to do with this case. As in the next part of this article, we can see Bonnie with this guy.
Is this a
who
mistake or
believed
something?
To be her boyfriend. And according to the article, police discovered the host of the private party that night were Raven Miller, aka Bonnie Drip, and her boyfriend, Baron McCulloch. And Angie knew both of them. She knew them from dancing at the local bars and had even briefly dated Baron, the man on the right. But things between them were not good, and Angie's friends and family believed that if she knew who was hosting the party, there would be no way she would have gone there that night. Police believed that they may have had somebody else answer the door that night, and when Angie knocked, she wouldn't know who was actually the host of the party. But subsequently, police questioned both Raven and Baron, and according to them, they were still in the apartment after Angie left. They said she was there that night, but left with someone else. Inexplicably, police believed there was nothing further they could hold them on, as there was no direct evidence linking them to Angie's disappearance, and they were not questioned further.
Crazy. This is like genuinely creepy, bro. I kind of forgot that we're even talking about any type of rapper. I felt like I was listening to like a crime article or something.
We've got you covered.
Shortly after that, both the couple left Indianapolis and moved to Phoenix, Arizona. So yeah, I mean, this is a very sketchy case, and the fact that Bonnie Drip, aka Raven Miller, with her boyfriend that we see in this image, just so happened to be the host of this party, and Baron, the guy on the right, used to date Angie before getting into a relationship with Raven. I mean, listen, man, I know I'm not the smartest person in the fucking room. I know I'm not that bright, but I'm sure many of us can put these clues together and understand that this is sketchy as fuck, and that there could have been some kind of friction or jealousy or disdain coming from either Angie to Raven or from Raven to Angie, and this could have been a setup to actually get her killed or essayed or robbed. Who knows? Something probably went wrong, and I don't know. The cops can't figure it out. Family, friends can't figure it out. Both Angie and Baron both denied the allegations of having something to do with her disappearance and subsequent death. But now in 2024, with this interview from 16 Shot 'em of him asking what she had to do with any of this, and her looking at him like this during this interview with these cold, callous, dead eyes. I mean,
interview's over. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to get killed. You know what? Interview wouldn't have started. After knowing her history, an interview would have never became a thing. You know, I'll let her be. Let whoever is around her die. I'm not gonna be a part of it. Personally.
That's a catch-22. That's your hypothesis.
That's your
You
hot
just
boss.
gave me your theory based off what everybody else say about me, and I'm telling you who I am.
All right, so the next question would be why do everybody else?
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, when asking about your involvement in a potential murder plot and if you had anything to do with it, why would someone's natural response be to smile and laugh? Like, is anybody questioning that? Like, at first, I didn't even understand the context of this interview, like this specific
don't either.
segment of the interview. But after reading that article with you guys and understanding what this whole thing was about, I'm just like, now I'm freaked out. I'm just like, what? That is not a natural response at all. And of course, I have no evidence that she did any of this or had any involvement, but I wouldn't trust her.
And they were saying something like, you and her supposed to have issues over your ex-husband at the time, and she got invited to a party by you.
I can't even hear what the interviewer saying, honestly.
On the camera, trailing her car like 3 a.m. bleeding, some shit like that. And they said something like they found the body in the backyard of like some type of property tied to your ex-husband. Somebody supposedly said something like they even said they got paid to bury the body by your ex-husband. All type of crazy ass shit, right?
Yeah, ladies
That's
and gentlemen,
crazy.
she did that
No.
shit. Allegedly.
She did that.
Until she comes out and explains how on earth this woman died on the same night of when she was hosting this party that she invited this woman to, and explain how this person never made it back home and just so happened to die that night within her vicinity. Allegedly, she did that shit to me. Allegedly. But to be fair, let me play a video that she published to the internet 4 years ago proclaiming her innocence and her lack of involvement in this situation.
And my last time addressing this situation, because y'all want to hear it from me. I'm who they've been waiting on. And I'm just tired of hearing all these rumors. Motherfuckers that don't know me, motherfuckers that do know me. Hearing all this different bullshit. None of this shit that y'all done heard is facts. If 50% of the shit that y'all been saying was true, they could have easily hit me with a conspiracy. But even the police know that the shit that y'all saying is not true. Everything that I'm about to state to you can be verified. You can go to the courts, whatever you want to do, public records, get all the information that you need. Everything that I'm about to tell you, it can be verified. First off, I didn't kill nobody. Second off, I didn't have to kill nobody for no money. So y'all can quit saying that I was 3 months behind on rent and car payments and all of this shit. You cannot be 3 months behind on rent. You're going to get evicted before then.
True.
Okay,
Unless you're like,
secondly, how
they're
am I
mad
on
generous or
car
something.
payments that never existed? My 2015 truck owned that, title to it. My Audi, title to it. Camaro, title to it. Hyundai, Impala, title to all of them. That don't even make sense. Had this shit long before all of this shit popped off. The police know that. They have all the evidence to prove that I was financially stable. So that theory is out the window. My wedding ring is 10 bands. What the fuck is you talking about? My teeth, that's another 6. Like, I was never hurting for no money, and I'm still not, sweetie. So another thing.
Okay, sis.
You want to try to put out there that me and Angie had a problem with each other. She would have never went nowhere with me. The police got phone records, her sending me pictures. She got pictures of
the audio's like
phone.
messed up for me. Like, I'm hearing it weird.
They have video surveillance of us at McDonald's together that same night. They need to release that footage to y'all so that y'all can see that she was comfortable with me. I never had no issue with this girl. Clearly, the police have all of that. Another thing, y'all really just need y'all so that y'all can
the
see
audio ain't gonna
that
fix
she
itself.
was
I don't
comfortable with me. I never had
I hope
no
it's not
issue
like
with
on the
this girl.
recording.
Clearly. The police have all of that. Another thing, y'all really just need to quit calling my phone and calling all the people that's around me, because at this point, y'all putting a lot of people's lives in danger. All of the shit that y'all send to me, my assistant screenshots it, puts it into a folder. You want to approach me.
Damn, this video's long,
say
dude.
that you're gonna
Holy.
kill me, do all these
More, I
want
want to hear your voice
right
in it, man.
protect
I don't care about all this
myself.
shit, y'all.
I'm going to protect myself. All of this stuff that y'all doing is just talking. I came from the mud. This ain't doing shit to me.
No living being should
Oh
ever
my
eat
gosh,
processed
audio's even
food
worse on
every
this. I think it
single
might
meal
just
of
be
their
my
life.
AirPods.
Good, real food is simple. It looks like food. It smells like food.
shit to me. I'm booked for the next 30 days. Thanks to y'all, I was booked before, but I'm definitely booked now. I just made a couple bands on deposits. Deposits alone, $20 deposits. Motherfuckers love me and they fuck with me. Y'all not stopping my bag. Y'all giving me free publicity. A motherfucker that's in the streets or that know about the laws gonna put two and two together. Like, all of this shit can't be true.
Alright, bro. It's just a whole bunch of yap. I'm just sitting here listening to yap. I'm sorry. If y'all want to see what she's talking about, be my guest. But she's just talking.
I'm a free one. Either you fuck my shit.
Is this the rest of the video? Yo, Maury. You just gotta end the video off when it's not even you? Dog, my whole thing crashed to watch the rest of that video. Like, I mean, my whole OBS crashed just so I could see the rest of that video. Just for it to end. Alright, Maury. But I hope y'all enjoyed. Yada yada yada, something. Like and subscribe. Peace.